Hello, welcome back to skatebirbs. Ben, and today we will be working uh, we will be working the game more, but I don't remember what I was about to say. First off, let's check what we have so far. Take it away. Here we go. Clicked it twice. Drag it over to the side. Go sideways. Hopefully. Yeah. I'm just gonna entirely remove the return rotate value thing. Because it is not all that functional. Okay. That will automatically send. UI button. Game object UI button. Button. Hello. Okay, button. There. Right above. There. And there we go. Button, 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 button. Button X. Button X shall be 0. There we go. We need to center it so above where the button is negative 30. Put it exactly 40 above, so 170. Should be enough space to press on mobile as well. For some reason the button is at a positive speed. We don't want that. Oh, I guess I dragged it inside. Probably won't do that. But now then, button on click. We want slider, no button, drag the slider to that object. Slider, node value equals 2. Excuse me. Now it should theoretically function. If I drag this onto the side and hit 0, it will automatically center it. Amazing. I wonder if there's a way that I can actually set it up so if you let go, it stops turning, but it zeroes out. Alright. If you will give me one moment, I have to test on something. Okay. So, the side, 0 it will take over to the side, go to the side, 0 it will start taking over that side. If I try to turn around, it wouldn't stay on. Good, good. Good to know. Alright, let's set a limit to how far the angle can go. And let's do parentheses. Rotation phi. 3 by 10. 45. 5. Let's go, you can have 60. It's greater than 60. It's not greater than 60. And it is not less than negative 60. So that should mean that you are limited in how far you can travel. Hello, how are you doing this morning? Or afternoon or evening, whatever your time is. Seems my code did not work. Well, hello. I shouldn't be crackly anymore, but my audio quality will be a bit down and you'll be able to hear all of my key presses. I am unsure as to why my audio processor decided to bug out today, but, well, that's that, I guess. Here, let me check. Oh well. Is the audio quality fixed now? There's going to be a bit of repeating here for a second. There's going to be a bit of repeating here for a second. There's going to be a bit of repeating here. Okay. The audio quality is fixed, but you'll unfortunately be able to hear all of my, the background noise and stuff. Again, I do not know why my audio processor is choosing now to freak out, but oh well. Where was I? Right, click. Yeah, it seems to continue to be rotating, even though I programmed it not to do that. If the rotation is not greater than 60, right, let me do an else if, just in case. TR rotation greater than 60, or less than negative 60. Set SL dot value equal to 0. Let me see if it functions as, like, a decimal point. If I do 0.6, 0.6, negative 0.6, ah. Okay, so it does function on the decimal point. The rotation is equal to, like, the percentage of a spin that has been done, I think. No, or it's just equal to whatever the thing is divided by 100. All right. We're going to change this around, so blah blah blah. It is equal to, if it is greater than 0, or that, and L dot value is less than 0. And then let me add another parentheses set around these so that it... Excuse me. So that it checks them out properly. And then, should be able to turn back the other way. Oh, actually, I don't even need to put this in an if statement. There's no need for it to be there. Whoops. Easy. That should have solved like half of my problems. Or not. There we go. We fell off the edge. Alright. So now I need to add a simple thing, which is a jump button. Oh boy. That, Open prefabs. Add a button. Set it to the left bottom anchors. Position X 130. Position Y 130. Set both the height and the width to 50. Set the text to I'll just do a caret symbol. And then we go to the button. Grab the character. Whoops, on click. I need to do add an on click. Whoops. Grab the character. Transform. No, rigid body. Movement? No? Transform? I'm looking for a very specific thing. that doesn't seem to exist. I do not know why I cannot just have it boost upwards. Alright. One moment. And by one moment, I mean a few moments, to the point of I'm going to transition back to this and mute my mic. Alrighty. There's a simple solution here. It's called... it's called adding the button in here. Public button. BT, because I cannot name variables to save my life. Start will just be t dot on click dot add listener task on click, and then we simply write a void task on click. Oops. And now what we do is we grab this, we grab this, we do 0, 5, 0. And then we hope that it compiles properly. All right. I spelled add listener wrong, or I capitalized it wrong. There we go. We'll now grab the button. Hit play. And now button does not seem to be doing as instructed, which is a little bit frustrating. Now then, in an attempt to fix this, I would be double checking my code. First off, we will add a debug log to test to see if the method is actually functioning. You have clicked the button. Okay, so I no longer need the debug log. We will simply add about a bajillion force instead of only 5 and see if it actually works once I've added a bajillion force. Alright. With a tiny amount of force, or with a massive amount of force, it seems to go upwards ever so slightly. Multiplying the force by 10 again, in an effort to ludicrously overshoot this, but in what will likely be a disappointment. There we go. Only a bit of an overshot. There we go. Now I can turn and jump. It'll fling me right off the edge. Beautiful. We'll decrease this down to only 200. Test this to see if it jumps properly. There we go. Beautiful. Now then, that is genuinely all of the basic controls down, and it is time to try a little bit of level design. So, what I'm going to do is lie way down here. And you know what? We'll just add another cube. Oh dear. Hang on. Add game object, 3D object, cube. X rotation to 20. Set its scale to 20 on the X. And about 100 on the Y. And then we move it so that you have to jump or else you fall. And let's check to see if this works at all, or if the jump is too far. Oh dear. Let's try this again. First run through, I need to double check to see if falling, just falling means that I do not hit the, okay. It seems that adding force is too much. What I really want to do is set the velocity, but RB, can I not set velocity? Velocity equals new vector 3. And just do that instead. That way it doesn't exponentially speed up. Or not exponentially, but linearly speed up. Am I floating? So apparently I cannot do that. So I want to set velocity, but I also want the velocity, the thing to fall down. Negative 10? I don't know what negative velocity is needed to keep it on the ground. So we're going to try and overshoot. Alright, I think I've successfully overshot it, so let's try undershooting it. And that it was going down with so much force that it was go. And I continue moving downwards, but I do not continue to move at a ludicrous pace. Now I test if, without the jump, I just fall at this, going at this speed. Though I may want to increase the speed depending on what scale I wish to keep at. Yes, that is far too slow. But if I increase it up to, say, 10, there comes the fear of launching out into space again. Yes, see, like that. I will try keeping the downwards force at half of the forwards force. Now let's check how fast it seems to be moving. And then see, that is a lot better. Now then, we fall off the edge and just tumble over and 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 over down this thing, and then we fall into the void. Which means it's still not quite far enough. There we go. And I'm going to set the speed up to 20. The downwards force, -10. Downward speed, I guess. Just freaking tumbling, my dude. But if I set this to a ludicrous amount of force, and hit play. Oh, 1 hour. It should attempt to fling up in the air. So now what I'm going to do is launch, or not. We'll do bool public bool jumping. We set jumping equal to true. Oops. Okay. If jumping equals false, do that. If jumping equals true, I cannot type. True. Now then, if jumping equals true, do the same thing. But with a positive 10. And then set jumping equal to false. You know, I'm unsure as to why I slowly turn to the left. But what we're going to try to... Seriously, why am I slowly turning to the left? Jump. There we go. See? The jump still doesn't work like I'd like it to, but it worked better. Ow. If I could set a delay. Ah, yes, okay. I will do a simple public float counter is equal to 0. If counter is less than, no, is greater than 60, set jumping equal to false. And set counter equal to 0. And then counter plus plus, so it'll add 1 every time. Actually, I can move that up there. And then I shouldn't even need the add force. It should just fling me upwards when I hit jump. Because the velocity is upwards of 10. Wah. 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 Jump. And that gliding actually works perfectly because it's a bird. It's skatebirbs. Skatebirds, but... Okay. On task click also needs to have an if counter is equal to 0, then it sets jumping to true. Otherwise, it does nothing. So you still can jump infinitely, which I will fix in a minute. That by adding a second counter. Which you can only, which will reset every time, something. It'll do something. So right now you can just fly away. Whee! Falling slowly now. So to fix that, I will add a second counter called, geniusly, counter 2. And instead of having counter be the thing that depends on whether or not you can jump, it will be if counter 2 is greater than 300. And if counter 2 is less than 300, then counter 2 plus plus will go, actually it will go outside. Is less than or equal to 300. That way, something will happen. Brain, stop. Cool beans. Anyway, I should probably have added a semicolon there. So, now, if I jump, well, that doesn't work. Oh, I didn't set the jump. Okay, hang on. Whoops. Counter 2 equals 0. There we go. And we'll start it out as 301. So you should be able to jump, and then you can't jump until the slider has, or until the counter launches you back, or gets you back up to 301. Which I think I'm going to increase, because that is not a high enough number, so we'll do 600. We'll start it at 601, and less than or equal to 600. Alrighty. And then, what I'll do is I'll go into character, my character prefab, and I'm going to add another slider, or game object UI slider, that is anchored right there. And the slider will be bottom to top. And it will be positioned at 100 and 130. And then the slider handle will not exist. But the handle, the filled area will exist. And then I'll grab the slider, so the max value is 601. We'll set the fill color to green. Let me just grab the handle slide area. Ah, fill area. No. Ah, background. There we go. Hmm. I just want the background thing to... Or maybe the fill itself? I don't understand. Can I scale this down by just a little bit? Like 8.5 by 0.5? No. Then it doesn't cover the entire edge. How about 0.75? 0.85? Whoops. 0.85? No, 0.95? No, it has to be a whole 1. Alright. I can keep it. No, I can't actually. Alright. About 0.75x. There we go. I can set that to the same. Oh my goodness. I am just trying to set this color to green. Why must you be like this? Alright, fill color. Let me copy the hexadecimal. Grab the handle. Paste the hexadecimal. And then tap the... Not the... How bright it is, basically. Down to 50. Go to the slider, make sure it's not interactable. There we go, and now I can set the value of this. Grab, oh my goodness, go to movement, make another slider, SL2, because again, I am not the best at coming up with names for things. And then we'll make this slider, value equal to counter 2. So SL2.value equals counter 2. And actually, we can just, whoops. We can do that outside of an if statement, because it is true every update, no matter what. So, now what should happen is the slider will refill every time you are able to jump, or it won't. Let me double check why that is. I didn't set the slider value. I did not set the slider. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Now, every time you want to jump, this handy-dandy little slider will tell you whether or not you're able to. And you can't drag the slider. Woohoo! I feel accomplished. Now, the next step is probably to actually make it into a game instead of just you slide downhill. So, what we're going to do... Whoops. Missed a little bit there. What we're going to do is first off make this name everything. So jump slider. Whoops. Caps lock was on. Jump slider. How tall is this button? 50. Bit bizarre that sticks out over the edge. That should not be the case. Well, now it sticks out an even amount. That's better. Strange still. We'll name this button jump button. This button the 0 button. this slider the angle slider. And there we go. Now everything that is in the UI is named properly. Now the jump button, I'm going to edit the text so that it is more like an actual upwards arrow. Or I could probably get, let's see, ASCII table. I think I'll just grab delta, maybe, if I can find it. I'm looking on ASCII codes right now. Right, let's just look up delta. No, symbol. There we go. Well, now I can see that the slider doesn't work if its height isn't 100. If its height isn't right. Yeah, I got hair in my mouth. Now then. Yeah. Yeah. Gross. Hair in mouth is gross. Now then. It is very bizarre that the cube starts to turn to the left. whenever I launch it. Like, I've not touched the controls at all, and you can see we are very clearly veering off towards the left. If we don't jump, we tumble into oblivion. Which is the idea. Unless the slider starts slightly to the side? No, it starts at 0. That is strange. Jump. Jump. Whee! Alright, now then, what I'm going to do is add another collider on top of the main character. Add box collider, add component, box collider. In this box collider, I will hit edit collider. I don't actually need to hit edit collider, hang on. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Size is 1, 1, 1. And it will go, its center will be at Y1. So it sits above the cube like that. And it is a trigger. And on trigger enter. On trigger enter Unity. Let's see. Private void on trigger enter collider other This isn't what I want, is it? Hang on. Let's just destroy game. Oops, destroy game object. And let's see if that compiles. Nope. RB.game object. RB.game object. So we're going to find out if this works or not by me not jumping and seeing if when the collider hits cool. So what we actually want to do is well, I don't know, but what we have functions for right now. I will figure out what I wanted the death. Whoops. What I want it to do on death. In a minute. In a little bit. We have now is we slide down, jump, glide, land. All right. So we have the very basics of the game down. I need to do a little bit of level creation. And do some playtesting. let's check if this very simple test works. Jump. Glide. Land. Turn. This. Oh, nope. Let's grab the... Oh, jeez. Okay. Ah. Let's grab the rotate tool. Try and line these up. As best as possible. Okay. Now something I need to work on is making it so that when you fall off of something, you don't immediately begin spinning. Jump. Whee! That didn't work. Okay, let's try it like with those adjusted sizes. If I don't immediately fall off the end. Jump. We start turning. Okay, I don't actually turn. Oh, wait. got to actually think about the scale and how it was all moved a little bit. Yeet. Turn, turn, turn. Oh. There we go. See, now it... Well, I flipped over. Okay, well, I tried. If it weren't for the fact that I could just get a game object that isn't rendered, that has a rigid body, but that stays upright. But this now, you know, for the most part, works the way that I wanted it to. Let me see if I can add into character, create an empty. I can't freeze the rotation on the Z, which is what I would normally do to keep it upright at all times. At least I don't think I can. Whoa. Let's try that again. This time without launching myself off the edge. No, see, I just flip over on the other axes. Oh. Freeze the rotation on the Z axis. Well, once it loads... There we go. We'll see if it keeps me upright when I launch off the edge. Seems to be causing a little bit of jitteriness. Nope. I just fly off like I normally would. Well. See, there's no easy way of doing it. Because I can't freeze the rotate on both the X and the Z axis, because if just going down, like if I go to the side, both of those change dramatically. Unless I had something underneath that didn't. Hang on. Let me add another cube. Game object, 3D object, cube. 0, 0, 0. And then drag it down to about negative 0.5. And set its scale to 2.24. Move it down a little bit further to negative 0.75, just so that there's a little bit of a gap. And then we add a box collider. There's already a box collider, that's not what I meant. A rigid body. No, actually, I don't think I even need a rigid body. And we set this thing's Z and X rotations to freeze. But we allow this thing, give it its own rigid body, and allow it to move how it likes. Allow me to double check that both X and Z, there we go. Let us see how this works. The collider didn't seem to be... There we go, Oh. Hang on. It has a collider, but it doesn't seem to use gravity. It just falls through the ground. And like the box collider is on. This is the board, by the way. Let me drag the character up a little bit. Just so I can see what's happening.
What are you yelling?
What? I have no idea. No idea. No idea what just happened. So if I drag the cube out, or if I copy the cube, I suppose. What happens then? Well, it's inside of itself. That's what happens. Okay, let's remove its rigid body. Remove component. Whoops, I did not mean for there to still be two of those. I just want the board to be able to rotate. Even if the other thing isn't. Well, that doesn't really work. But I'm gonna hit play again. Just to double check some things. Alright, well, first off, this is too close. Let's drag it up. Second off, this cube can have its own rigid body. If I attach said rigid body in the script with a classic little bit of RB2. RB, oops, not W, RB2. RB2. There we go. Let me double check this. Well, we'll see, I guess. Character. And we'll see if this works. Almost. I think it works better to just not let it... What? I don't... Just gonna delete the cube entirely. And go re-edit that to remove... There we go. Whoops. I'm unsure of what's happening there, so let me make sure that I have the character selected as because right now if I turn, it'll automatically do that, and I don't... I know what's happening there. It's the collider that is larger than the box, but... Jump. Make sure I have the character selected. Turn it. Ah, see. See, the problem with that is that when the otherwise rotation... Wow, the otherwise rotation. Hmm. I don't know if there's a way to set it so only the player can actually cause it to rotate. And, like, hitting objects won't cause that, but I don't want that either, because I want you to be able to run into things and have that cause problems for you. So right now, if we jump... It works. Doesn't work perfectly, but it works. Well, basic gameplay mechanics are done. Numbers are worked out better. I believe I'm going to call it for today. Thanks for intermittently showing up. Goodbye.